Now let's begin in Zamfara State, northwest Nigeria, where intractable banditry has reared its ugly head again. Bandits have abducted about 50 telephone dealers along the Gusau-Sokoto highway. The phone sellers, who are mostly occupants of the popular Bebeji Plaza, known for GSM repairs and sales in Gusau, were returning from Sokoto after attending a wedding ceremony of one of their colleagues on Saturday. They had parked their bus by the roadside after it developed a mechanical fault to look into the problem when a group of armed men appeared and ordered them into the bush. Because this is yet another sad story where people will find it very difficult to travel anywhere without having been waylaid or ambushed by people who are willing to, kidnap them and extort money from them.
Yes, it reinforces the fact that that whole area is not safe at all. It could happen to anyone. You are traveling on a highway and your vehicle breaks down. What do? You've got to find a way to solve the problem. You are not simply going to fold your arms. So the wedding guests parked by the side of the road. This guy just came and kidnapped about 30 of them and led them into the bush. That road, the Sokoto-Gusau road, is very unsafe. But it's important for our people to know that there are areas on that road that you cannot afford to take any risk. People need to know the portions of that road. You know, when we were talking about the Kaduna-Abuja highway, I talked about the stretch of that road where all the kidnappings take place. It's just about 30 kilometers. Outside of that axis, criminality doesn't take place anywhere. It's on that Abuja-Kaduna highway. And the same thing is true of this Gusau-Sokoto road. Dogwan Awo is one area where you can't afford to take the risk of stopping along the Sokoto-Gusau road. Once you are coming from Gusau, you've gone past the hometown of the former governor, Abduct. That's Zamfara. You gone past that place, you get to Dogwan Awo. There is a forest reserve. There's a forest reserve in that area. So they will normally come from inside the bush. So people must know that that is not the part of, that's an area where you can't afford to take the risk of stopping. Because once you stop there, they will come out from that forest reserve and then kidnap people. The Sokoto state government owned the forest reserve, I mean the old Sokoto state.
And so if there is a forest reserve there and it doesn't happen first time, second time, why is it difficult for us to even go for them and,
this is the sort of question that people keep asking. We know the forest where these bandits are. We know all the forests where they are. In fact, each of the bandit leaders has his own areas of
territory,
influence. But on that highway, if we don't need a stationary checkpoint, well, motorized checkpoint can do the job. Because if you put many patrol teams on that road and they do their motorized patrol, that's the modern way of policing the highway. You do your motorized patrol. Once something happens, you are able to quickly rescue the people. But this is all the time this sort of thing happens.
The thing is, some of these people that are abducted by these bandits, they have phones on them. Even some of these bandits, these abductors, they use the mobile communications. Why is it also difficult for us to be able to trace them and stop them in their tracks?
We have said this several times, and we are sounding like a record stock in its growth. whenever things like this happen, they take people, they use the victims' phones or even their own phones to make calls. Why is it not possible that we use this to track them? Now, the name was advertised as the cure-all for all this. If you don't have it, your phone will be bad and all that. And wherever you make calls, we'll be able to know where you are. So what has stopped our security agents from knowing about this? The whole thing boils down to lack of political will to do anything. We are not ready to combat this. We are only ready to combat it only by issuing statements and talking about we are going to ensure that we stop this and all that. For instance, we are talking now, we know where these bandits are. And for these people, they are it's very, very unfortunate. If your car has a problem, there is no way you can tell the car, don't have a problem where there's in the forest where these bandits are. Yeah. You can't tell your car not to have a problem there. So if your car has a problem there and it can't move, what do? Do you come down and start running away? So the security agents must be ready to patrol this area, and also the issue of registration of phones, your phone number, name, and all that. What has happened to it? Why is it that people are kidnapped? People are filmed. The film is sent to the social media. The phone that filmed that, where it is filmed, there's technology for you to know where it is.
Because it can be stamped, the time stamped too.
Exactly. So why is it that Nigeria doesn't have enough phone to do that? Or is it that we don't have the political will to do it? These are things that continue to give one concern. We all know what happened to Osama bin Laden in faraway Pakistan, in Abbottabad, where the United States of America, right from the US, were monitoring him until they got him. So this is now in the Nigerian territory. Why is it that we cannot do the same thing? Is it a lack of fund? Is it lack of capacity? Or is it? And this thing is not rocket science. We have even young boys nowadays whose, when their phone get missing, they are able to track it and know that this is where my phone is. All they need is to get the police backing to go and get it. So why is it that the government, if a single boy, a single individual can do that, why not
the almighty government? Well, it's just one thing that actually before those ones, but we'll see how the government will be able to do these, just like we always hope on the government at the end of the day.